me say how happy I am indeed to join you this afternoon on this occasion of launching this new equipment, because when I assumed office as the Commander-in-Chief of Kenya, we were leading a fight against terror, which we found both at home and abroad. And this was in line with KDF's solemn sworn duty, which is to protect the people of Kenya, to turn the tide and to enhance Kenya's capabilities against both symmetrical and asymmetrical threats. We embarked on a mission to reinvigorate the security sector generally and to retool it for better terrorism detection, prevention, and response. Over the last decade, we have made the most ambitious investments in the security sector that this republic has ever seen. We have implemented a number of innovative and complementary approaches that have scaled up our capability, capacities, and reach. These investments are bearing fruit in the present day, and I believe will continue to serve and secure Kenya for decades to come. However, cognizant of the fact that to sustain peace and stability, it takes more than just a gun. As part of our strategy to scale up the capacity of the defense forces, we incorporated a program to scale up its capacity to support civil as well as humanitarian interventions. In that regard, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased, like I said, to be here at Thika Barracks, home of the Kenya Army Corps of Engineers, as we add yet another arrow to our nation's security quiver by commissioning the operational engineering vehicles, some of which are on display here today. The fleet that we commissioned today is the product of ingenuity as well as a high sense of civic duty. The team, on the one hand, that was tasked with the restoration exercise, has given life to what many thought was dead, bringing back into operation equipment that had otherwise been written off. Hongera sana kwenu nyinyi nyote. Pongezi sana. That exercise has saved the Kenyan taxpayer billions of shillings, and in the course of doing so, it has also significantly enhanced the KDF's operational capabilities, as well as its abilities to support civil and humanitarian activities across the country. The engineering vehicles and equipment on their part will enhance the military engineering corps in the development of water sources such as dams, water pans, and boreholes, as well as the construction of roads, particularly in and around our semi-arid areas of our country. This is in keeping with what my government conceptualized of a military that not only guards our borders and secures our nation from external threats, but also delivers strategic national interests for the benefit of our citizenry. This feat has been made even more remarkable when one considers the context within which it has been delivered. Acquiring the new equipment that we have done enhances the capabilities and is without doubt timely. Kenya, like every other country in the world, is grappling with a severe pandemic that has negatively affected lives, health, livelihood, and security. This capacity that we have introduced today will go a long way undertaking the required civic and humanitarian interventions that we need to do. I must also say, I appreciate the partnership that has taken place also between KDF and the private sector in conceptualizing the procurement of the new vehicles and equipment. This is in the spirit of buying Kenya, building Kenya. Defense and security, after all, do not exist in isolation. A vibrant manufacturing base within the private sector provides the impetus for national self-reliance, and I commend the Ministry of Defense, the Kenya Defense Forces, and the private sector for supporting the manufacturing component of the Big Four agenda. To prolong the lifespan of these systems, I would therefore urge strict adherence to proper equipment use and care by the operators and technicians. And furthermore, I also continue to challenge you to embrace innovation and technical proficiency in order to spur Kenya's industries and develop homegrown solutions to our needs. I want to applaud the military engineers and technicians who, within the multi-agency framework, continue to prove themselves as efficient as well as reliable agents of change. Indeed, the KDF has assisted in the rehabilitation of key infrastructure, including the Nairobi-Nyanyuki railway line, the Nakuru-Kisumu railway line, the refurbishment of vehicles and equipment for Nairobi, part of the works of developing MV Uhuru and putting it back on its feet in Kisumu port, na mambo mengi sana ambayo mumefanya. Further, the Kenya Navy engineers continue to enhance the capabilities of maritime-related infrastructure and vessels. And in the coming days, we will be commissioning the shipyard both in Kisumu and ultimately in Mutongwe in Mombasa. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, Kenya is committed to regional and international peace as well as security. In this context, some of the equipment before us today will be used abroad in support of various United Nations and African Union peacekeeping missions, such as the ongoing engagement under the banner of AMISOM, and those amongst us who will be going very soon to the DRC. This underscores the need to ensure that the quality of our personnel and equipment are of the highest standard. To secure the gains you are making, I want to once again encourage a culture in the command structure where drivers of innovation are continually motivated. The results of such efforts will be manifest for decades to come. The choices that we make today will determine whether we have top-grade military capacity to defend the homeland and, where necessary, prosecute actions beyond our borders or wherever we will, and have a military that is capable of rising to the challenge. On our part, the civilian leaders of the administration, we will continue to provide support to the Kenya Defense Forces and indeed to all other security agencies towards the attainment of the highest level of preparedness and mission readiness for peace and security are not preordained. It takes sharp minds and strong hands of men and women such as yourselves to ensure that a country remains safe. We must never become complacent and rest on our laurels. Threats to the peace and security that Kenyans enjoy every day. There is an enemy out there who plots and tries to devise new ways to do us harm. Let us all remain vigilant and ready for action at any time. In conclusion, I would once again, as I always do, like to re-emphasize the significance of the multi-agency approach towards achieving Kenya's national security objectives. The whole of government approach has demonstrated that pooling together allows us to achieve more through resource sharing and leveraging on each agency's strengths and competencies. And in the same vein, joint public-private partnerships have also contributed to our success. If all these are well harnessed and directed, these can provide cost-effective, innovative solutions to the problems that we face. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I believe the sun will set on a vastly different Kenya and a vastly improved KDF. I want to once again salute each and every one of you who has made this day possible, and I wish you all well in your duties, both within and outside our country. May God guide you and continue protecting you as you continue protecting the lives of your fellow citizens. Mungu awabariki nyote na walinde. Asanteni sana.